What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. That's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my Monday Night Raw review. Sorry, this is coming out a little bit later. Normally I like to give it around like 5 or 6, but it's already like 7 o'clock, I think. So I want to apologize for that. But without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video. So Raw kicks off with Drew McIntyre coming into the ring. He talks about how it doesn't matter what type of stipulation that Dolph Ziggler could come up with because he's gonna beat him and retain his championship no matter what. So he calls um, Dolph out, and he's like, "All right, just tell me what your stipulation is. Tell me what you pick." And Dolph's like, "Nah, I don't think so." He said, he said, it's a secret, and you're gonna wait until Extreme Rules to find out what it is." So I'm definitely interested. That might mean it's not a typical no disqualification match. Like, I'm interested to see what it is. Maybe it's a super kick match or something. I don't know. I'm making this up, by the way. But he says, you turned your back on me, but there's someone else you turned your back on, and I'm going to bring him out right now. And Lord and behold, it's Heath Slater. Heath Slater comes back, and he was like, "Look, man, look at you." He was like, "Back before you got fired, you used to be known as the Chosen One, but you weren't the Chosen One then. But you're the Chosen One now." He was like, "While I was at home at WrestleMania, I was cheering you on, watching you beat Brock Lesnar. I even had tears and everything like that." He's like, "But now," he was like, "when you got fired, man," he was like, "I was there for you. I called you every day. When I was in town, I would ask you to come out. When you were in town, I'd ask you to come out for lunch and all that stuff." He was like, "But where were you for me?" He's like, "You haven't been there for me. I thought you were my friend, and you promised me something. You promised me a match, so give it to me." Drew didn't want to fight him, so he pushes him, he slaps him, and he's like, "How about now? You want to fight me now?" And he's like, "All right, let's fight." So we come back from a commercial break. He gets a couple of good shots in, but one Claymore later, 1, 2, 3, game over. Drew wins the match. As Drew's leaving, Dolph comes in and starts berating him and beating him down. So Drew comes back in for the save. Dolph runs off, and now Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre are cool once again. So here's the thing with that, right? Apparently this was Heath's last appearance. I think they said he might be going to like Impact Wrestling or something like that. Don't do that to yourself, Heath. But I mean, maybe this is good for him. He wasn't really doing anything when he was on WWE anyway. So maybe this will be good for him. And just like his two friends from 3MB, he can come back a couple years from now, and maybe he will become WWE champion, following that trend of all 3MB. So that's how Raw kicks off. Then next up, we have Bayley and Sasha. They were going to get interviewed in the back, but they canceled that and decided to come out. When they did that, Asuka was there, and the reporter asked her. She said, "Well, how are you going to keep up with Sasha and Bayley? It's 2-on-1." And she's like, "Well, who says I'm alone?" And then she runs off. So then Bayley and Asuka come out, and they're talking. Bayley and Sasha come out, and they're talking about again how they're gonna win their matches at Extreme Rules. They're gonna take over the whole show. They've been on all 3 shows recently, so they're kind of the new Charlotte Flairs of the WWE. And when Banks wins, they're gonna take over the whole company. So then that leaves Asuka to come out. She's like, "You ain't winning nothing, and you ain't ready for anything I can really throw at you." And so Bayley's like, "Yo, who you got? Sasha can take on anybody." So then Kairi Sane comes back, and now we're having a match between Kairi Sane and Sasha Banks. It was a great, phenomenal match between the two. First time ever, I believe so. Also, the match ends when Kairi Sane has her in the Boston Crab, but Bayley comes in and causes the disqualification. When that happens, an all-out brawl kicks out until Kairi Sane gets on the top rope and hits the insane elbow for the takedown for both Sasha and Bayley. And so I thought it was a pretty good match. Everything, meshed well together, and I'm really liking the story between all 4 of them, or I guess 3, because apparently when her contract's up, Kairi Sane is going back to Japan. So it's a shame because her and Asuka are a great team together. So next up, we had the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens, who's been gone for a while, he throws the chairs out the ring. He's like, "I just want to get this out the way because of my guest," and his guest is Seth Rollins. And he's like, "Yo, oh, before this, my bad." We come back from commercial break, and we see Aleister Black. He's beating down and he has a Rey Mysterio mask on him, and guess who he was beaten down by? He was beaten down by Seth Rollins. Anyway, now we get to the KO show. KO introduces Seth Rollins, and he's like, hey man, how you been? All this stuff. He was like, look, I came to give you a present. You know, me and you, I beat you at WrestleMania. You remember that? And he was like, we have people, when they compete with each other at WrestleMania, they have a bond, you know? And whether they hate each other or not. And, you know, I just want to give you a present. So it was a KO shirt. But Seth's like, he just throws it to the side because he doesn't care. And he's like, look, the only reason why I'm out here is to challenge Rey Mysterio to a match at Extreme Rules. And then he tries to get Kevin to join his group, but Kevin doesn't want to. And he was like, you know what? You say that my life's been out of control since I lost you at WrestleMania, but it's really been the other way around because you're the one with the ankle injury, and I've been the one who's been on a tear right now, which is true. So can't deny that. Rey comes out and he challenges him to a tag team match because it was supposed to be him and Aleister Black taking on Buddy and Seth, but obviously Buddy's hurt. So KO takes his spot, and the winner of the match gets to pick the stipulation for their match at Extreme Rules. So during the match, Seth tries to go Dominic into attacking him, so that way he causes a disqualification, but it doesn't work. So he ends up gouging his eye. The match ends when Aleister Black comes out. I think he was trying to cause a disqualification, or he wanted him to, which was part of the plan, but Aleister Black didn't take it. While the ref was distracted, Dominic gouged out Murphy's eye, and throws him back in the ring. Rey hits the 619, 1, 2, 3. Now Rey gets to pick the stipulation. And I was sitting here joking, and I kid you not, I'm joking, I'm watching it, and I'm saying, watch, Rey's going to say, I want an eye for an eye match. And then that's literally what he says. He's like, we're going to have an eye for an eye match. And I'm like, I was just kidding. I was literally kidding. But we know Seth's not gonna lose his match because number one, Rey Mysterio's contract has expired, so that probably means that Rey's leaving, and you know, when you leave the company, normally you lose on your way out. So it was good to have Rey back. You know, it wasn't the same. He was injured a lot, but I'm gonna miss him. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he resigns. I don't know, because we know his son's trying to become a wrestler, so we'll see. Yes. Next up, we have the MVP and Bobby Lashley. They come out and they, you know, talk about how because MVP beat Apollo Crews last week at Extreme Rules, he has a U.S. title match. And so in the ring, they unveil a new United States belt. And I think it looks pretty clean. Like, that looks really good. I think it needs a little bit more blue in it for it to look, you know, like the United States flag. But, you know, overall, I think the belt's good. You know, I like the little eagle touch, you know, and all that stuff like that. And Bobby's like, look, you beat him last week, so as far as I'm concerned, you're the United States champion. So then that's when Cedric Alexander and Ricochet come out, and they're like, look, you trying to be disrespectful. The real United States champion's not even here right now, but how about we challenge you to a match, and we set this straight. And so they have a match, and they do, and MVP's wrestling in a suit. Like, he takes his jacket off, but he's wrestling in a suit. You know you're good at your job when you can wrestle in a suit. Like, that is impressive. Like, you wouldn't see LeBron James playing basketball in a suit. Not to say that he couldn't, but that's just something he wouldn't do. But to see MVP wrestle in a suit, that is impressive. He didn't even take off his shirt. I mean, he had a tie on. I think he still had his tie on and everything. Incredible. The match ends when Bobby Lashley hits Cedric Alexander for the spear. They win 1, 2, 3. After the match, Lashley puts Cedric Alexander back into the full Nelson, but Ricochet makes the save, and they go ahead and get on out of there. Next up, we had a 6-man tag match between the Big Show and the Viking Raiders taking on Randy Orton and the Zelina Vegas group. They don't have a name, bro. Anyway, before the match, you know, Randy's like, aren't you guys both third-generation superstars? And they're like, yeah, we are. And he's like, good, because I respect you for that, because I'm a third-generation superstar, but I need to tell you, the Big Show's mine, and if you screw this up, you guys are going to meet the Legend Killer. And I was like, whoa, okay. So then during the match, you know, and Andrade and Angel, they're getting into their usual stuff, and then Randy calls Angel out there, and he starts yelling at him. He's like, if you F this up, I'm going to F you up. Well, he didn't say that, but that's basically what he said. He said, I'm going to shove you, kick your butt, I'm going to do all this stuff to you, and all that stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, you're in trouble. Anyway, they get back into it. Big Show comes in. He starts winning. Randy tries to hit him with the RKO. Doesn't work. Then he tags back in Eric. They're going at it. They try to hit the Viking Experience. It doesn't work. Randy hits an RKO on Eric for the win. And they win the 6-man tag team match. So that's that. Next up, we had Billie Kay taking on Ruby Riott. So instead of last week when it was Peyton, now it's Billie Kay. Same thing happens. Peyton distracts Ruby, which allows Billie Kay to pick up the win. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Which allows Billie Kay to pick up the win. And then, during the match, her hair extension actually came out. And so, they're carrying it around like a trophy and all that stuff like that. We all know where this is going. Liv Morgan and them are going to get back together, and they're probably going to have a match maybe after Extreme Rules, I would say, because I don't see any other way unless next week it's like a handicap match or something, because she's tired of losing to the other one distracting her. So, and then Liv Morgan can come out and help save the day, and then they'll maybe have a tag team match at Extreme Rules or something like that. I don't know, but we know where this is going, so. Finally, we have Bayley versus Asuka in a champion versus champion match. This match was fire. What's her name? Oh man, what's her name, bro? Nikki Cross. She was on commentary for a little bit, but because she kept interfering with Bayley's matches and stuff, she got kicked out. But eventually Kairi Sane did come out, and she was able to contain Sasha Banks, which allowed Asuka to get the roll up and the pin for the win. So now next Monday, we're going to have a tag team match between the two of them. I wonder how that's going to go. Sasha did accept it on Bayley's behalf. So again, I still don't know if they're working towards splitting them up. This could be the start of it. I don't know. But WWE is too unpredictable. Like I said, Kairi Sane is supposed to be going back to Japan soon. I don't know when her contract expires, but it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. So that was pretty much Raw this week. I'm gonna have to give the show a C. There were some times during the show where I was kind of dozing off and all that stuff like that, but I attribute that more to I only had 5 hours of sleep the day before. So maybe that's no excuse or not, but it's whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't got anything else. So until next time, let me know what you guys think of Raw. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, spread the word. Please check out my video I just posted the day before, King of the Ring 1998. My views and my thoughts on it in the Austin Era review. Remember, next pay-per-view for that is Fully Loaded, so that will be up in 2 weeks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So until next time, and if you're not down with that, I've just got two words for you. Peace out, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.